The image provide give information about annual tourist number of USA, France, and Japan. In the picture, can see that USA, France, and Japan. USA, which is red color, France, which is green color, and Japan, which is blue color. Years, which is 2010 to 2020, and tourist in million, which is zero point 0 to 1.0. The highest, which is France, 1.0 in 2010, and the lowest, which is Japan, in 2015, zero point 0.2. Overall, the picture is informative.
The image provided is a graph chart which gives information about the annual tourist numbers for USA, France, and Japan. It is quite evident from the graph that in the year 2010, many people have visited France, which is almost 1 million people, whereas in the month of 2015, there are also more number of people visiting France. However, conversely, it can be seen that in 2020, a lot of people, which is up to zero point 0.9 million, they have visited USA. However, the USA has remained on the top of the graph in the year 2000 and all of the above. In this graph depicts information about the tourist countries.
The picture provided above is the bar graph that shows annual tourist number for USA, France, and Japan. The x-axis shows the number of years starting from 2010 to 2020, whereas the y-axis shows the tourist in millions starting ranging from zero point 0.0 million to 1.0 million. In 2010, the number of tourists for USA is above 0.2%, and the number of tourists for France in 2010 it has the highest value, that is above 1.0 million, and Japan reaches up to 0.8 million. Whereas in 2014, the number of tourists for Japan is above.
The image provide give information about annual tourist number of USA, France, and Japan. In the picture, can see that years, which is 2010 to 2020, and tourist in millions, which is zero point 0 to 1.0. Overall, the picture can see that USA, which is red color, France, which is green color, and Japan, which is blue color. In the picture, the highest tourist number, which is France in 2010, 1.0 million, and the lowest, which is USA in 2012, zero point 0.2 million. Overall, the picture is informative.
The graph provides a clear overview of annual tourist number of USA, France, and Japan. Firstly, I can talk about x-axis, which represents several years: 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, up to then 2020. In addition, I can talk about y-axis, which indicates various millennials: 0.0, 0.2, 0.4, up to then 1. After analysis, I can compare the highest amount, which is more than zero point 0.8 in 2010, with the smallest amount, which is more than zero point 0.4 in 2017. For France, after analysis, I can compare the highest amount, which is. In conclusion, this picture shows very significant and informative data.
The image gives information about annual tourist number for USA, France, and Japan. There are different types of elements in this image, such as 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014. Highlighting feature of the image that the maximum data is covered by 2010, which is around by 1.0%, whereas the minimum data is covered by 2012, which is around by 0.4. Overall, annual tourist number for USA, France, and Japan was the main topic of the image.
This picture is about tourists in countries. The x-axis represent year and y-axis represent tourists in millions. In the given picture, it is clearly visible that there are various countries like USA, France, and Japan. The highest tourist visit in USA was in 2020 with 1 million, and lowest is in 2012 with 0.2 million. The highest tourist visit in France was in 2010 with 1 million, and lowest is in 2014 with 0.4 million. Highest in Japan was in 2020 with 1 million, and lowest is in 2015 with 0.2.
A bar graph is given in the screen which gives information about annual tourist numbers for USA, France and Japan respectively, while x-axis gives information about year and y-axis gives information about tourists in the number of millions. It is evident that USA has the highest value in the year 2020, which is 1.0, and also another interesting point is that France has the highest value in the year 2010, which is 1.0 respectively. Overall, this gives the information about annual tourist numbers for USA, in which the minimum value for Japan is in 2019, which is only 0.3.
The picture gives a clear information about annual tourists. There are different countries in this picture: USA, France, Japan. There are different elements in this picture: annual tourist numbers of all US, France and Japan. There are different numbers in this picture: 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8, 1.0. There are different colors in this picture: green, blue, red, black, white. One of the value is highest is 1 is covered by 2010, another is lowest is 0.2 is covered by 2015. Overall, the picture was very informative.
This graph gives details about annual tourist number of USA and France and Japan. The x-axis shows year and the y-axis shows tourists, millions. The highest eliminated tier is 1 million. It is recorded in 2010. The lowest eliminated tier is 0.6 million. It is recorded in 2070. There is a clear gap between 2015 and 2020. As a conclusion, tourist millions gives a clear idea about the annual tourist number of USA, France and Japan.
The given image represents the information about annual tourist numbers for USA, France and Japan. There is a comparison between from tourists in millions across the different type of years from 2010 to 2020. In the first place, the Japan and France showing the same percentage, which is more than 0.6 million in 2010. On the other hand side, which is going to lower in 2015, and the USA showing more than 4.8. Furthermore, some information about 2017, which is showing the almost all ratios in different USA, France and Japan, which is zero point 0.4.
The bar chart gives information about annual tourist numbers for USA, France, and Japan. X-axis represents the number of years from 2010 to 2020. Y-axis represents the tourists in millions. Firstly, it tells about the USA, which is represented by the red bar. Furthermore, France is represented by the green bar and Japan is represented by the blue bar. The largest value of France has been observed in 2010 and the smallest value of France has been observed in case of 2011. In case of USA, the largest value has been observed in case of 2020 and the smallest value has been observed in 2012.
The given image gives information about annual tourist number for USA and France and Japan. The data is given in the form of millions. In this picture, we see 2010 France is the highest amount, 1.0 million, and least one in 2017, which shows 0.4 million. After that, the USA is the highest in 2019, which shows result 1.0 million, and least one in 2012, which is 0.2 million. And the other side, Japan is the highest in 2018, which shows 0.8 million, and least one in 2015, which shows less than 0.2 million. After careful considering the